Alrighty, welcome back everyone to my Give Me God of War difficulty walkthrough. And in this video we're going to be getting through all of Atreus' part, and that will be it. So though at the time that I'm editing this was around a week after the last video that you should be seeing where I was sick, so I did take a little bit of a week off, but for you there shouldn't really be any break in between. With that being said, we're going to move on to the first fight right here, which is just going to be two of these Hellwalkers. So your best bet is to just stay in the back, let Thor attack one of them, and then you attack the other one, whichever one he isn't going for. And that's probably the easiest way to do this fight. This fight is not too bad. This one's pretty easy. It's just two enemies. As long as you follow that strategy, or if you really want to, you could just wait in the back and let Thor kill both of them. Whatever you prefer is up to you. That's it for that fight, though, so let's move on to the next fight.
Hey, why can't we just fly over these guys straight to the map?
You think I want to carry you?
Alrighty, next fight right here. This is going to be more of the Hellwalkers. One of them is going to have a shield. So this is also going to be the same strategy. You don't have to fight any of these guys if you really don't want to. You could just let Thor kill them. But since you are playing Atreus, you do have long range, so there's not really a point for you to get close anyways. You should probably just stay far, let Thor attack them in close range while you attack from long range, and that should be a pretty easy fight. Then when we move on to this one here, this is where they're going to be spawning in the little barriers that they like to spawn in. So if you hit them in, I'm not sure if you have to hit them in the head, but as long as you hit them with an arrow, I'm pretty sure their little barrier will explode and do a lot of damage to themselves. So you can use that to your advantage. That is it for this fight, though, so let's move on to the next one.
Looks like we gotta head through that wall.
Something I need to do first.
Take your time.
Now we can go. Loki, you really keep trying to... I don't even know what you're trying to do anymore, but you have no idea the kind of shit I've been through.
Right. Half giant, son of a powerful god with impossibly high expectations. How could I ever know what that's like?
Alrighty, so moving on to the next fight here. This is going to have one of the tank enemies that have a ton of HP. They have 2 bars of HP, and it's going to have a couple of nightmares. So what you want to do in this one is you want to back off as soon as he spawns in, and you want to kill the 2 nightmares, and then just let Thor get in front of you. He'll try to hit Thor, and then you can get yourself an easy kill without even having to get hit or without this fight being challenging. A lot of these fights in this video is going to be you just letting Thor do most of the work, because he's very strong even on the hardest difficulty in this game. And once you move ahead, there's going to be another one of these big tank enemies where they're going to have a ton of stuff on them. You just want to let Thor go after the tank enemy, and then when this shield guy rushes you, which he should rush you as well like he did for me since he has a shield, you could just move back, let him rush you, you could break a shield and get yourself a free kill. And that's pretty much it for the fight. As long as you just let the tank get killed by Thor, you don't really have to hit him a single time. You just gotta kill this guy around this corner, and that's it. So after that, there is no fight here, I'm pretty sure. I think that was the last guy. Yeah, it looks like it is. So that's it for this fight, so let's move on to the next one.
Another wall of ice. Thor, could you... Okay. I just want to add one more thing. If you can't be yourself, you also might not feel like you can follow your own path. That Doesn't sound familiar to you at all?
Alrighty, so moving on to the next fight here, there's going to be two of these enemies that will try to run at you and try to grab you. You can either let Thor kill them or you can kill them yourselves. They don't really have a lot of HP. Like I said, for most of these fights, you just want to let Thor go in front of you and then you stay in the back. That's the best way to do all of the fights in this little Niflheim area. So that will be it for this fight. Your best bet for this one is just to stay back, like I said. Just let Thor do all the work. It doesn't really hurt to let him do it because he basically does more damage than you do sometimes. So I would say don't really worry too much about some of the enemies. Now for this one, there's going to be a nightmare going into the enemy. So you just want to make sure you kill one of them while they're out and then kill the other one whenever they come out. Thor is the best way to break off the stun meter so that the nightmare is not inside the enemy. And that will be it for that fight though. So we will move on to the next one.
So we've got some similar life experience. What does it matter? Seems stupid to gripe about the things we can't change.
Who says we can't?
Alrighty, so for this fight here, you could do what I did here if you want to. You can jump forward and activate it and then jump back. I didn't really mean to do this, but I wanted to grab the hacksaw that was on the floor. And so I just waited here, seeing if anyone would come around the corner. It looked like no one was doing it, and then these two nightmares turned. So there's two nightmares, and then there's going to be a couple of normal enemies. Usually Thor will just rush them, so it doesn't really matter if you're standing back here. Thor should just run up to them and kill them around the corner. So if you want, you could just stand there, wait until he kills them all, and then you could move forward if you really wanted to. But as I said, that's totally up to you. Whatever you decide to do is up to you. If you do need some help, you can just jump across and, as usual, just let Thor do most of the hits in front of you and just try to stay in the back. So moving on to this fight here, this is going to be exactly the same. You just want to focus the nightmare that the enemy is going to try to jump into. And then when this one comes up to you, you just have to, you can either try and do it yourself, which is the hard part, or you can have Thor's help, who can help you very easily go ahead and get the nightmare out of the enemy. But Thor will probably be up ahead killing some other enemies, so if you do decide to bait this guy out and he does come to you, there is some ways to build your stun meter a lot quicker, such as doing the 3R2s or the 3R1s and the 4R2s, I think it is. Or it's 3R1s and 2R2s, it's one of those two. Yeah, so that's a good way to build stun if you do need to stun him, like without Thor's help. And that's it for that fight, so let's move on to the next one.
Right?
Far enough.
Damn it! Ancient!
Alright, so for this fight, it's going to be a Frost Ancient boss. This one isn't really super bad, but I'm just going to tell you right now that it's probably recommended that you don't get this guy first. The Frost Ancient, obviously. You don't want to kill him first because he's not going to drop the stones that you can throw at his chest, and also because there's going to be a lot of enemies around you trying to kill you. Yes, Thor will be killing them instead of going for the Ancient, but you should also help him kill those guys and then save the Ancient for last, because Thor is probably the strongest against this Ancient, and it's very easy if you just let Thor kill him. So I recommend that you just run around and try not to get hit too much by him. Kill these two ranged enemies over here in this corner area. It basically allows Thor to get to the Frost Ancient quicker as long as you kill him. So right here, I was gonna actually just normally just try to kill him myself, and I got stuck in this corner as well. But once I realized the amount of damage I was doing, I was like, alright, I'm gonna wait for Thor. So I did wait a little bit to see if Thor would ever decide to attack the Ancient, which, yes, that's how I figured out that he will attack once you clear all the enemies. So yeah, I do suggest that you just clear all the enemies first, and then you go ahead and then kill this guy. So you want to kill this guy as your last person that you kill. So you can get a lot of damage if you can get the stun off. You can get probably around 20% of his HP down if you are able to get him in the stun. It's very hard to do, but that's why I said that you need Thor, because Thor can build his stun very, very quickly. But if there's any other enemies on the map, he won't really go after the Frost Ancient. So that's pretty much all to explain for this fight. This one isn't too bad. You're just gonna have to just dodge around a little bit, or you're gonna have to just kill all the enemies first. You could do whichever one you decide. It's probably easier to just dodge around and then just deal with him at a later time. So you saw right there, Thor did one kick and it took out around 30% of his HP. It was very, very strong, and that's why I advise you to just go ahead and wait until all the enemies die. Alrighty, so that is it for that fight, so let's move on to the next one.
Through there, just ahead. I don't think that's where we're supposed to go.
Alrighty, so there's gonna be another fight here. I think it's just this enemy, but just let Thor kill him. There's no point for you to really get close to him. Just let Thor kill him, and you should be good to go. It is exactly just that one enemy. So that is it for this little fight. So let's move on to the next one.
Up this way. Looks like there's a path.
One pathway coming up. You enjoying the freedom? Out here without Fabio looking over your shoulder?
Well, yeah, I guess. It's different from what I'm used to. In a good way. Looks like we gotta get up that cliff. Which I think means...
No thinking.
It's better when I know it's gonna happen.
So, we close?
Maybe. I can check.
Alrighty, so you're gonna have a lot of very simple fights here. It's just gonna be these two nightmares. So your best bet is to use the sword, and you want to use the light attack. I almost said the light attack. Sorry. You want to use the square attack on your sword, which is your secondary companion, and then it will stun the nightmare, and then you could just basically one-shot them. And you're gonna have that 2 times, as you saw on my screen, and then you're gonna have this one enemy here. And there is actually only one more fight after that one, obviously. There is only one more fight, and the rest of this video is just basically just going to be cutscenes, you know, stuff like that. So, this is the final fight right here, I'm pretty sure, which is just this one enemy that's going to spawn in front of you, and then there's going to be a ranged enemy that spawns to your left, I'm pretty sure. But I could be mistaken, it could just be this guy. And no, it looks like, yes, there is the enemy on the left, but Thor obviously killed him very quickly for me. It'll probably be the same for you. So once you kill that guy, that will be it for all of the fights. So hopefully this did help you, and I will see you guys in the next one.
It's here.
Gotcha.
Phew. That was close. Thanks, Thor.
Wasn't about to lose that.
Loki, you did it. We are on the verge of great things. All of our work together.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry. You are here. Why?
His father murdered Heimdall. Forseti has proof. Take him.
No. Leave him alone. I command it.
You said no more Aesir blood would be spilled. You said family comes first. You don't think that this is retribution for him being here? He's put your granddaughter in danger. He's made your son miserable.
Loki didn't kill Heimdall. His father did. Your daughter is old enough to make her own mistakes. And your husband started drinking again, all on his own. Dismissed! You two, a word.
Can't you see what's happening? He's not protecting us. Magni, Modi, our boys. We used to tell them stories by the fire. Do you remember? We would carve those wooden horses. We would play and laugh until the sun sank and they fell asleep in our laps. They were thrown at the Allfather's problems like brittle knives to a mountain face. And for what? What if Thrud's next?
You kill my sons. Sleep in their beds. Turn my father against me. My daughter.
I have no idea what's happening.
You know, I finally thought of something I can teach you.
Hey,
you.
stand down! Sindri better be right. Where you? Sindri. Ugh. You sure know how to plan an exit.
Atreus.
Glad you're safe, lad.
Got out just in time. Pretty sure I burned my bridges in Asgard, though. Wait, why were you out here?
Sindri told us where you would arrive should you find trouble.
Oh, thought you might have been exploring without me.
No, lad. Your dad was just concerned. Though, now that you mention it...
Mimir,
Brother, please. It's all so crowded and tense back home. Don't you miss the three of us out finding our own adventures?
putting off the inevitable.
Exactly.
It's not the worst idea. I do want to show everyone the mask, but it'll keep. I'm back, everybody.
Hey, you made it.
I'll get to you. Join us at the table if you're ready to stay.
See? I told you the key would get him home.
Because you tapped it with a hammer. Dwarven magic makes no sense.
Right? Luna one time made me a breastplate out of dog barks.
You're
I
back.
still can't figure that one out.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just hope unlocking this thing was worth the cost.
You have it. What did it show you?
I didn't get to use it. They found out about Heimdall. I had to run. But at least Odin can't use it either.
But if you didn't get any answers from the mask, all you've done is steal Odin's greatest treasure. Just after your father's killed his most loyal ally. None of us are safe. Even here.
So we have no choice. We find Surtur, sound Galahorn, and bring Odin to justice. Now.
You'd incinerate every soul in Asgard and call it self-defense?
Does he ever suggest plans or just crap on everyone else's?
The obvious plan is staring you in the face. We don't need Odin to use this. Slip into Asgard and do it ourselves, right under his nose. We gain the knowledge we need to shatter this prophecy of war once and for all.
Except begging your pardon, you don't have a way into it.
They got the big horn, don't they?
Oh, so you expect them to sneak into Asgard, blowing a horn that sounds across all the realms?
I expect you to bite my blue butt cheek.
Please, just think about it.
You make up your mind.
This mask. The easy answers that it promises. I know this. Shortcuts always have a price. Atreus, you have carried it. What do you think?
I think it's a chance. At worst, we'll have something Odin wants as leverage. At best, if it really gives us all the answers, then we can make our own path. Nobody has to die.
Grand. Now all we need's a way to Asgard.
I know I've been a burden to you all. I know you've questioned why you even pulled me out of that hole. I have too. But it's clear now. This is what I'm needed for. This is my purpose. One last time, I will pick up my spear and I will lead us to Asgard.
Excuse me, but if you got a way to Asgard, where's that idea been this whole fucking while?
That's rather a fair question, brother.
You withheld Asgard.
You would have gotten us all killed. And we needed to give Loki time to find his destiny. Here it is. It's all led to this.
If we can get inside, I'm going after Odin.
I will not stop you. We can do both.
Spot on, brother. If the mask doesn't give us an out, we'll still have the drop on him.
Works for me.
Let's do it then. And quickly, before he sees us coming.
He does hate surprises.
Slow down, you damn spruce. I still want to hear the details on this, new way to Asgard you got. Spill it!
It's an ancient path. We can't reach it from here.
Where then?
Let me collect my things and I'll show you.
You ain't got no things. And where you going with that mask, Rock? That belongs to the kid. He earned it. All you done was make passable dirt soup.
Brock, it's okay.
No, it ain't. This ain't right. All the pieces ain't welding together true. Like, what's with him calling you Loki anyway? You know that ain't his name. Hey! I'm talking to you! You'll never shut up! Run!
of all the things.
Odin.
Let go of the boy and face me!
Tell your brother to throw me the mask and you've got a deal.
Stop moving.
Freya?
If he dies,
Now. Wasn't part of the plan, but if he dies, we are square for Heimdall. And honestly, you got a bargain.
I will kill you. Plan on that.
So nice spending time with you again.
Freya, please.
Can't be in two places at once, Frigg. Hey! I don't move, you don't move. Don't do anything you'll regret.
I regret many things. Killing you will not be one of them.
I am in control here! Throw me the mask! Now! Too bad, son. Looks like war after all.
Please, you have to save him. You have to. He can't. You can't. Maybe if I go back to the lake.
Stop it. I know what you've done. And I forgive you. But you gotta stop. You gotta let go.
Bro.
This whole time?
So, what do we do now?
now? Now we kill Odin. And anyone who gets in our way.
Atreus. Come.
What? Where?
It does not matter.
Where are you going?
We are done.
You can't run away from this, Kratos. Odin won't stop until we stop him! We need you here!